dude.
Thanks, bro.
Thank
the drip
you.
looks good.
You gotta drip your biz, right?
Absolutely. I love the design.
Thank you.
Back here in Leucadia at the ADU project.
Beautiful place.
What do you love about Leucadia?
I love the old growth. I love the homey vibe. It just feels like everyone loves being here. And so many great opportunities. Every property is so unique like this one. So I'm sure it's a real honor and pleasure to get to work in places like this.
Absolutely. I love Leucadia. I have so much history here. It was the first place that I ever lived in with my wife. We had a dog. We were close to the beach, living in a trailer. Went and walked up and down the coast every single night with our beer when I got home from work.
Nice.
With my handyman company. I'd come home totally dirty, grab a beer, walk the coast, and we would just dream, hey, what if we owned that house? What would it be like to own a home in Leucadia? What would it be like to live this lifestyle? You know, now 25 years later, being able to work here and do projects like this at the level that we were observing at that time,
yeah,
dude, so meaningful, so awesome. I feel honored to be here as well.
That's fantastic, man.
So this project, ADU.
Well, this is a really special entrance that not every property has access to a lower lot on the main lot where the ADU that you're building is. So here on the entrance, we were thinking two beautiful big flowering pears, right? In the fall, they put out this profuse white flower, and it's just a really crowning moment. It's an arrival monument, like we call it, for the entryway. And then along the side here, we're doing some ficus trees. Everyone wants their privacy. Privacy is mutually beneficial. We all like having our own space, and that's always an asset in places like this.
The Hugh Hefner hedge.
Exactly, the Hollywood hedge.
Why do they call it the Hollywood hedge?
Because everyone wants to be in their own personal Hollywood.
Okay.
You know, we're all the star of our own movie, and we'll let you know when you're invited.
Getting back to this project, there's a lot of activity actually today. So we have stucco guys putting on the finished coat of the stucco. We have electricians here putting in a dedicated circuit for the macerator pump. This is what's called a macerating pump. This is a collection tank that collects the sewage actually from, in this case, the ADU into this tank, and then it has a grinder inside there, a macerator, something similar that you would see like in an RV or something mobile, but this is a much larger version of that. And this only occurs when the tie-in, the plumbing lines, the sewage lines are higher than the point of origin. And so in this case, the street level is so much higher than the ADU location that we have to create this tank, this holding tank and this macerating pump to grind everything up and then spit it out through force to where it connects with the mainline sewer up there. So these guys are running the electricity to that macerating pump and in this deep pit right here. What did you guys say you were running?
A 240?
A 240?
240, yeah.
Yeah. And so then that will get set inside the pit?
We're still not sure like how deep or around where, but Tony just told us to leave it like 2 or 3 feet high.
Okay.
And then just in case like if we gotta drop it, we could just always like, cut in half all that slack left over.
Got it.
You know?
All right. Very cool. Thank you very much. You know, part of my goal of bringing you out today is so that you can see the progress of the inside and get a feel for how that aesthetic is looking and get your perspective from the inside looking out and make sure that everything's still copacetic towards your vision of how this exterior plan is going to work. Tell me a little bit about the plan.
Yeah, this part's fun because, as you know, we live in 3D. And our whole design is in AutoCAD and plot view in 3D, and you get into real time, and there is inevitably small improvements that are needed to make along the way. Just as you see it in real space, you're like, you know what, I love the original vision, and I'm going to enhance that by actually tightening, elongating, expanding here, lowering, raising, more lights. Like, you make those tweaks, that's a beautiful project.
That's awesome.
So in this zone down here, what we're doing is putting in a sport court, stated dimensions that allow for tennis, pickleball, basketball, all these games. It'll have lines on it to play all the various sports. Over here is going to be a portion of artificial turf for the playground, because when you have a play set, kids, it's like a very useful alternative surface because grass dies under a play set.
I love that. The playground, I mean, sand in a playground, no fun, gets everywhere.
Right.
Wood chips, no fun. Termites, bugs, gross.
Splinters.
Anyway, always having to redo it.
Yep.
Mud, no go. Regular
rocks
grass.
up the nose,
yeah,
slingshot, everything's going wrong.
Absolutely. I love the artificial
turf is reliable.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
really good call.
Now the only thing we always advise on is that in the full sun, turf can be hot, so it's condition specific. Now here we're in Leucadia, It stays cool. We get a lot of cloud cover. As the sun moves, it's going behind these liquid amber trees, which are going to shade it. So it doesn't work perfectly in every situation. So be aware of when it's going to get too hot, because kids won't want to play on it when it's too hot.
Interesting.
But I think you'll be good here.
Nice.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, some gardening enhancements. We're doing a retaining wall. Plants are going to trickle over that. So lighting, plants, sports, activities for the kids. I don't know how you go wrong. Follow us. So the idea out here is going to be, like Chad mentioned, we're going to do a deck that's going to go over this whole space. Good thing about deck is you're able to get right up to the threshold of the door, so it really feels like a seamless transition, no stepper up or down when you're coming in and out. And the idea here is give them a little set of stairs. We go up behind this wall and then go up that direction. All of the trees are going to be lining this slope here, this little inland bluff. They're all going to be uplit. So the main benefit of that is going to be down from this zone looking up at the uplit trees. Every tree having its own colorway during its own season, picking up all the colors at nighttime. Wow. That's the real payoff. That's why you do landscape lighting, because you look at your landscape more than you're in it. So make sure that it's well lit and illuminated from inside at night.
Love that.
That's how you do it. From our last walkthrough, I've had a couple ideas I want to show you for the wellness area.
Right on. Okay, cool. I've been thinking about that space myself.
While we're traveling down this way, just want to mention real quick, so I thought it was a brilliant move of you to pull this retaining wall off the fence, because we're going to be able to put jasmine vine here along this whole edge, because again, it's all about the experience from inside the house. So we've got these windows looking out, we're going to have vines covering that. That's always a W, to cover a fence with plant material. We're all biophilic by nature. We want to see more plant material in our life. So being able to cover this with vines is going to be the payoff for you.
Biophilic?
Yeah, I made it up, but it's probably a real word.
I love it.
All right, cool. It's all about diversity in the landscape game, and we're trying to tell as many interesting stories and then weave them together really seamlessly.
Well,